let's try a not so boring beginner makeup. I'm gonna give you color, I'm gonna give you tips and tricks, and we're gonna look very put together at the end of the video. If you're new to my channel, my name is Ohemaa. Welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, hey! I'm gonna link a video on my hair. It's been a whole week of experimenting, okay? I'll leave it down below, so definitely go ahead and check it out. I've seen so many beginner makeup videos that are nude, natural, brown, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, and I have done so myself, okay? I haven't done a beginner makeup video from start to finish that has color in it. So today we're going to be doing that. I'm going to show you how you can achieve a beautiful color eyeshadow, a beautiful flawless looking skin, and a beautiful lip combo all in one video. I'm going to try to make it fast, so I'm not going to be talking a whole lot. I'm going to go through the steps. If you need to slow it down, pause it, do the steps, come back and replay it, okay? I don't want to waste your time, so let's go ahead and jump in. So what I'm going to do right now is line the bottom of my brows. For brow prep, use a skin tone concealer. I know the bright concealers on the brows are in, but if you're a beginner, definitely go for a skin tone concealer. That way you can blend it into your skin very beautifully without it leaving that halo around your brows. You do not want a floating brow. Now for the eyeshadow, I'm going to go ahead and prep and prime my eyes using an eyeshadow primer. Eyeshadow primers will prevent my eyes from creasing. I'm going to put a few different options down below, so definitely check it out. This one is by Milk Makeup. It's the Hydro Grip Primer. I like to blend it with my fingers because that makes sure that the product melts into my eyes very well. Now, because we use a skin tone like concealer, a little bit of that concealer actually mixes in with the primer and also helps even out the skin tone on your eyes. We're trying out the Glam Light Frosted Flakes collection. I know I'm late, but I'm here, so that's the important part. Glam Light did a collab with Frosted Flakes, and this is the products that they came out with. Oh my god, how cute are these? It's actually shaped like a cereal box. The top tab is actually very much a cereal box. So let's go ahead and open this, and it's in the plastic thingy. Oh my goodness. The details, honey, the details. Okay, so this is the Glam Light Kellogg's Frosted Flakes palette. These are the colors on the inside, very much Frosted Flake inspired. I'm excited to try this. I think it's gonna look very cute. I'm gonna use the Milk Hydro Grip Primer to prep my eyes. I don't want to put any actual eyeshadow base on today because I want you to see how the Hydro Grip can actually make your eyeshadow look flawless. I'm gonna stamp this shade in my crease and blend it out. I'm gonna go in with my blue eyeshadow and I'm gonna stamp it in. I'm stamping it into my crease and also following the shape of my eye and the shape of the eyeshadow that I want. This is what we got. If you're somebody who doesn't have a lot of eyeshadow brushes and you're trying to keep your cost low, definitely look into getting a Sigma switch because it is a mat that allows you to clean off your brushes and use the same brush for multiple things, especially when it comes to eyeshadow. Going into this orange shade, I'm going to use that to blend the edges of this eyeshadow out. I like to blend in a circular kind of motion, not just in the windshield motion. I stand by a notion that you can blend any shade out with any color if you just have a light hand with your blending shade. I'll link a video down below of what I mean, okay? So as you can see, this shade is beautifully blended out and this one is not. What you do not want is to have this on your eyes. You actually want this on your eye. To get your shimmer shades to pop as intensely as possible without using an eyeshadow primer or an eyeshadow base to cut your crease, use glitter glue or glitter adhesive. You will make sure that your shimmer shades stay put. Taking a small brush, and what I'm going to do is actually just follow the line of where I might want my shimmer shade. I'm going to put some of the glue on top of my eyelid and I'm going to look up. I'm going to mark, and it marked right here. So what I'm going to do is actually find my crease and just follow along with the glitter glue or glitter adhesive. This adhesive is thick enough to where it kind of sort of doesn't just run all over your face. We're gonna give it time to just settle down. Using the same brush I applied my glitter adhesive with, I'm gonna go into this golden shade and I'm going to apply that all over my eyelid. Now you're gonna see that applying the shimmer on top of the glitter base actually helps it stick better and it shines very, very brightly. The one thing I absolutely love about doing eyeshadow this way is if you make a mistake with your lines, you can just take some of the shimmer shade and blend that shimmer shade up. It's going to obscure the line and you're not gonna know that you made a mistake. Okay, so I'm gonna leave my eyes like this, move on to the skin. I'm just using a makeup remover to clean the edges of our eyeshadow to give us a cleaner line and also to get rid of any of the shimmer shade if it had fallen on the face. Okay, so first step of your base is going to be to make sure that your skin is hydrated or at least moisturized. I mean, make sure you're using the appropriate moisturizer for your skin type. My skin is already hydrated, so what I'm going to do is just wipe off any excess oils. For me, I have oily skin, but I do love very hydrating products. I have to make sure that I use a mattifying kind of primer. If I use anything else, my makeup creases and it does not look good. If you have dry skin, however, definitely make sure that you're using the right kind of primer. One thing I've learned is using a lot of primer helps prevent makeup from creasing. Make sure that you're using your primer. Apply some of that primer to the corners of your nose. Apply it to the top of your nose, especially if your makeup tends to disappear from your nose. Also make sure that you're applying some of the primer under your eyes. And once again, make sure you're looking up so that you can get into all the creases. And just go ahead and blend the rest of it on your face. Okay, what the primer is going to do for you is make sure that it holds onto any makeup that you put on top of it. If you're somebody who gets very oily and you don't trust the process, you can go ahead and add a powder layer. I'm going to take the foundation and I'm going to dot it on my face. Not that dotting it like does anything, but you know, it helps me know how much foundation I'm putting on which side, on each side of my face. Whenever you're blending in your foundation, you're gonna go ahead and tap into your foundation like this instead of dragging it across your face. If you drag it, it's gonna destroy your primer layer that you did. When it comes to concealer for your makeup, because you are a beginner, I really urge you to use a concealer that is one shade lighter than your foundation. If you use a concealer that's too bright for you, you might not be able to blend it out so as to not to make it look too bright. Looking up whenever you're blending your concealer will make sure that you don't have any creases after you go ahead and set it. Don't drag it. If you find yourself doing a dragging motion, that means that the product that you're using has dried down and you're probably going to need something that's a little bit on the creamy side. A creamier concealer gives you more time to blend out. You're going to take the tool that you applied your foundation with and you're going to use that to blend into the concealer to give you a flawless base. You don't want to just leave your concealer just the way it is, because if you do that, it's going to give you lines of demarcation and everybody's going to know where your foundation stops, where your concealer starts. When it comes to setting powder, you're gonna have to use a setting powder that is right for your skin tone. Yellow banana powder is not for everybody. I'm gonna link a video to some of the setting powders that I have tried that I love down below, so definitely check that out. And I'm gonna take my brush powder and I'm gonna set directly onto the crease. Looking up ensures that you smooth out your skin before you set, just like you had to look up before you blended. That way you don't get any product stuck in your under eye lines. So you're gonna set under your eyes. You're gonna set any part of your face that you put some of that concealer. Okay, so for me, because I do have under eye lines, I like to set my concealer before I go in with my contour and blush and all that good stuff. When it comes to contouring my face, I like to apply my contour in line with the top of my ear. If you're a beginner at makeup, you're gonna take your brush, align it to the top of your ear, and that's where you're gonna draw your contour. So that's right here. You're gonna put your contour over here because that's the hollow of your cheek, right? If you put your contour on in the hollow of your cheek, blending it out is gonna bring it even lower. That's gonna cause you to have droopy contour, and it's gonna make your face look droopy instead of making your face look like you're smiling. Putting your contour higher up makes sure that blending it will stop right into the hollow of your face, and it's not gonna make your face look like you're sad. Also, I like to put some of my contour right on my jawbone and also along the bottom of my jawbone That just helps me get that more chiseled jaw look. I like using a fluffy brush to blend my contour. Blend your contour up, don't blend it down. If you blend it down, it's gonna go past the hollows of your cheek, and that's gonna make it look like you have a droopy face. The next thing that I like to do is to go in with a blush, and the blush will balance out the contour. So on the right side of my face, I already did some of the blush just so you can see a difference. This side has the blush, it warms up my face. You have to find the right kind of blush for you, but I'm using this blush right here. This is the Juvia's Place blush brush. I like using a fluffy brush to apply my blush brush, because it actually helps it blend in beautifully and it looks like it's coming from within. Okay, applying blush, you can put it wherever you want. Some people put blushes on the apples of their cheek, some put it only on the highest points of their cheekbone. I like to put it on the highest point of my cheekbone so that I can make my face look more elongated compared to round, even though my face is already round. If you want a specific video on blush placement, let me know and I will try to get it together for you. Okay, so applying some to the highest part of my cheekbone, that way it can give me that snatched face look. And then I'm gonna also apply some over my contour. So this is what that looks like. It definitely helps bring a little bit more dimension to my face. Because I don't finish my full brow when I start doing my makeup, I'm gonna go ahead and finish my brows now. If you are like me, where your face and your neck are the same shade deeper than your chest, what I like to do after I have a full face of makeup is to go into my setting powder and apply some of that setting powder to my neck. I don't like applying foundation to my neck or concealer. The only thing that I found that helps me balance out all the shades is to use a deep foundation that matches my face and my neck, and also to apply some setting powder to my neck so that it helps balance everything out. I like to use a bronzer kind of shade as my my nose contour, a very light bronzer kind of shade, because if I use a contour as my nose contour, it's gonna be too stark and it's gonna give you that harsh line that you see on your nose, and you do not want that. You want your nose contour to be as subtle as possible so that it looks like you're not doing anything to your nose, meanwhile you're actually contouring your nose. So as you can see, I'm actually using a bronzer shade right now, a powder bronzer shade as my nose contour, and also just to blend into the front of my brow so it's not so stark like this. So the right side of my nose is contoured and the left side of my nose is not. You can clearly see a difference, especially starting from the brow all the way to the bridge of my nose. When it comes to the eyes, you can go ahead and use a black liner, but I'm going to be using a colored liner. And when it comes to lining the eyes, I like to look down when I'm lining, because that helps me make sure that my lines are going in exactly the right angle that I want it to go. And also it prevents me from ruining my liner, because I do have folded eyelids. If I look up, I'm gonna ruin the liner. You're gonna take your handheld mirror, bring it down to your face, and then you're gonna look straight into it and line. You can line going out, you can line going up. It just depends on the kind of liner that you want. And just like that, our eyes are lined. I'm gonna keep my eyes looking down until my liner dries. So one of your eyes did very good with your liner, but your other one just did not do so well. For me, it's always the tail. So I take some concealer on my angled brow brush and I go ahead and fix the tail of it to match the other one. So this is where you go in with some mascara. For our lower waterline, we're just gonna keep it simple and let's do blue. Don't forget to apply some mascara to your lower lashes as well. To apply your lashes, you're gonna go ahead and apply some of the lash glue to the lash band. I make sure to put enough glue on the outer corners of it. That way when I stick it down, those corners will stick down and it won't lift, okay? Okay, so when it's time to apply the lashes, I take a handheld mirror and I bring it down to under my chin. That forces my eyes to look down, and then I take my lash and I stick it directly in the middle. Next, I'm going to take the inner corner of the lash and stick it onto the skin. So everything has to come in contact with the skin and not with your lashes, okay? The corner of it, because I don't want the corners to droop down like it's drooping down right now, what I'm gonna do is take the corner and I'm gonna put it up towards where the liner is. I'm gonna put it in the middle of the liner. As you can see, it actually makes the liner look a lot smaller. So I'm gonna go ahead and set with a mattifying setting spray. And you're not gonna move your face until it's all dry. So for the lips, I went ahead and chose this color lipstick, and what I'm gonna do to make it not so stand outish, I'm gonna add a bit of a brown lip liner around my lips. And just like that, that lipstick you saw at the beginning looks very much like a nude lip for me. Also, as you can see, as soon as I apply that setting powder, all the powdery look disappeared from my face. Everything that was more sectioned, like you can see the powder, you can see my blush and my contour, you can see everything melted in together and it looks a lot like skin. So this is it for me doing a very quick, hopefully it was quick, I don't know how I'm gonna edit it. This is it for me doing a not so boring beginner makeup tutorial with you guys. Let me know down below in the comments if you found anything that I showed you today helpful, and hopefully you're gonna be able to follow this tutorial and recreate this very gorgeous look that's gonna have everybody thinking that you are a makeup pro. Let me know down below in the comments what you want to see next in our beginner series. I love you lots, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.